Welcome to this course on Introduction to Risk Management. All types of organizations face with some form of risks, which may affect their chance of success. Understanding the risks, and effectively managing these, will greatly help the organizations in achieving the long-term success. Risk management can be an important tool to eliminate potential problems in an organization. Even though the current version of ISO 9001 does not specifically require the use of risk management, in the Preventive Action Clause, some of the industry-specific standards require it specifically. For example, the Quality Management Standard for Aviation Industry and Healthcare Industry have risk management requirement included in the Preventive Action Clause. These are the topics covered in this course. First, we will understand the definitions of risk and risk management. Then we will look at 5 key steps for managing risks. Companies face a number of internal and external factors, which make it uncertain whether the company will meet its objectives. These uncertain events, or conditions, are called the risks. So far in this course, we thought that the risks always have a negative impact. Let's be clear here, that the result of a risk is not always negative. Risks are uncertain events. These uncertain events could lead to positive or negative results. Positive risks are known as opportunities. Organizations attempt to avoid or reduce the impacts of negative risks. However, when it comes to the positive risks, organizations would like to take maximum advantage of these opportunities. This slide explains the difference between a risk and an issue. While a risk is a future uncertain event, an issue is an event which has already occurred. The concepts of risk appetite and risk tolerance are related to the extent to which an organization is comfortable taking risk. Taking big risks could lead to big losses or big rewards. While risk appetite is about the willingness to take risk, risk tolerance is about what the organization can bear. As discussed on the previous slide, risk is associated with reward. Organizations take risks to gain more rewards. This is the definition of risk management, taken from wikipedia.org. If you find this definition confusing, then please proceed to the next slide. This same definition is presented there, in form of a diagram. In risk management, you identify the potential risks, then you assess them so that you know which of the identified risks are more critical and which are less. Based on that assessment, you give more priority to some risks and less to others. You cannot cover all risks since you have limited resources. With this priority, you put your resources on high priority risks. As we talked earlier, a risk can be a negative or positive risk. You attempt to minimize the impact of negative risks, monitor them and keep them under control.